What is your origin story? What was the moment that you realized that you were uniquely, undeniably talented? My name is Daisy Magnus-Aryitey. My origin story is set in Brooklyn, New York, in a bodega on the corner of 5th and 22nd. That is where, on a warm July day, I discovered my knack for programming. I head to the bodega with a goal in mind. My plan is to recreate an especially lush recipe from the Williams and Sonoma cookbook. The meal is gorgeously American, a world away from anything that I had made before. My family immigrated to the United States from Ghana when I was 4 years old. I grew up eating mashed plantains, dried cassava, and spicy vegetable stews that were so deep red, they would stain the dishes and your fingertips. The meal I'm about to make calls for exotic ingredients like Parmesan cheese, zucchini, and sliced turkey. And as I bound down the sidewalk towards the bodega, I realized I don't know how to buy sliced turkey. At the age of 26, I find myself in the deli section for the very first time, quietly devising a plan to get some turkey without embarrassing myself. To be an immigrant, a woman, a minority, is to go to extraordinary lengths to do ordinary things. Jeff Bezos said that the human brain is an incredible pattern matching machine. Well, I put my pattern matching machine to work that day as I stood in line and watched person after person place their order. I watched their mannerisms, their posture, the words that they used, the tone. And when it was my turn, I confidently sauntered up to the counter. I put my hand on my hip, like I do this every week, and I said, can you give me a quarter pound of the turkey? And could you slice that a little thinner? That's perfect, thank you. To be a woman, an immigrant, a minority, is to be put in situations where you constantly have to say, all right, I'll figure this out. Such exceptional effort over a lifetime yields remarkable results. I learned to think like a programmer long before I wrote a single line of code. I'm a software developer and the director of Code the Dream. At Code the Dream, our goal is to create a pipeline of diverse tech talent in the Triangle. We offer free intensive courses in software development for underrepresented groups. Half of our students are women. Many are recent immigrants, minorities, and people from low-income backgrounds. There's so much that I love about my job, but one thing I really enjoy is meeting people like myself, people who have a background like mine, and encouraging them to reconsider their origin story, to see if they too aren't in fact hardwired to code. According to the Boardroom Insider, in 2017, 26% of the computing workforce were women. Only 3% were African American women. This isn't at all indicative or representative of the larger population. In fact, the numbers are so lopsided. The mythology has become, to be a programmer, you need to have a love of video games, or an Ivy League degree, or worse, you need to look like a typical programmer. But what if none of these things is true? What if not having these things and working to adapt, what if that's the thing that causes a growth in true programmatic thinking? There are a lot of things that I do well. There are a lot of things that I enjoy doing, and programming is certainly one of them. I've discovered that all the things that make me an unlikely programmer are exactly what give me a leg up in this field. I have discovered that I am uniquely and undeniably hardwired to code, and perhaps you are too. Thank you.